You're listening to the Metal Lens. Life, the universe, and everything from a metal point of view. And we're back.
We're back.
And, we're not exactly...
We're not in my gorilla studio
predictably
anymore.
back. We're not in the gorilla... What did you call it? The gorilla studio?
Yeah, my gorilla studio.
Gorilla studio? Yeah. No, we decided to go ahead and film remotely. We are...
Out in the wild.
Out in the wild.
In the African bush.
As you can see, there's fire. There's booze. There's
always booze.
There's all these strange things taking place. And so we decided to go ahead...
Plants.
Oh no, look at these. This is wildlife. We are...
We're in Ramon's backyard.
We're in my backyard, which is
a nice backyard.
It's a decent backyard.
I like it.
You know, we got fire, we got wood, we've got all the bare essentials here in the wild wilderness, far away, in my remote. How long it took you to drive here?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. No, I'm only 2 minutes away. Still an Araby, ha ha. But no, we decided to go ahead and just do a little bit of outdoors.
Well, we
An
wanted
episode
to...
in the fire because, you know, dude, it's December now and it's chilled out to a fucking brisk 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which it has been a lot cooler. It kind of warmed up today.
Yes, yeah, today.
And then it's going to rain tomorrow and it'll get back in the 40s and 50s again.
But yeah,
That's a dead giveaway of how old you are because we always mention the weather.
I know.
It's just
Jesus
we're
Christ.
old. We can't help it.
Thank you
Sorry.
for reminding me that I've become my
Yeah,
father.
I'm the bearer of bad news.
I mean, you know, the dude used to worship the Weather Channel, for crying out loud. That and Jeopardy, which has we mentioned Alan Sugarbeck's passing last episode.
Yeah.
Well, my dad would be rolling in his grave twice now from not mentioning that, but yeah.
He just seemed like a really good dude, you know, even though he was Canadian.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he educated many people who didn't even know they were looking for, to be educated.
He did.
But he did it. So, 2 weeks from Christmas, and all of our Nebraska viewers are probably pointing at us and laughing at us, complaining about the cold. Meanwhile, they're shoveling snow.
Yeah, and
Whatever that is.
we're in jeans and a t-shirt.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I came over here in my hoodie, and then I'm like, I'm taking this thing off.
Yeah. But it's fine, you know. I mean, enjoy the outdoor life while we can. And,
Yes, and throughout the episode, we shall be stoking the fire and propelling the roaring flames of passion.
Absolutely. So we're roughing it, right? No computer, no PC. My glasses are off. My eyes are actually kind of burning from all the smoke. But, you know, you're going to have that.
I'm good. We had a little shot of Lafroig. Got to get some smoke in your system.
It's the immunity is what that is.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. And this isn't just really like the metal way. I mean, didn't you ever used to watch those old black metal videos of like Mayhem?
Yeah.
And those guys like, you know, playing out in the forest and or just cavorting in the forest.
I had this picture. It's still on my phone.
Uh-huh.
I might have to send it to you so you can post it.
All right.
It's of this. We're in Keith's backyard, and everybody was there.
Yeah.
And we had a little fire, and I was taking pictures of the fire, and I'm gonna use it. I want to use it for something because right in the middle, it looks perfect, like it's a little ghost, like it's a little flame ghost, like eyes and a mouth and everything, and little ears. It's perfect.
Fire does strange.
Little
things
fire
like
demon,
that.
right in the middle of the.
Little fire imp.
And I wanted to put that on something and use that, you know.
Yeah. I like that. Those little happy accents, as Bob Ross would call them.
Yeah. A little happy little fire demon.
Or harbinger of evil, as Euronymous would call them. So yeah. So fucking A right, dude. We're living the metal life. among fire and smoke and alcohol and cold and the northerly blast, the Arctic winds and the frost and all that horse shit. Been like really listening to a lot of Amorphous lately.
Oh, you have? I haven't been, but yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a seasonal thing.
It's a good idea.
You know, and I always kind of thought it was interesting. My observation about like how certain genres, certain albums, artists, whatever, tend to have like this kind of like seasonal association to them.
I just sent it to you, by the way.
Oh, right on.
So I not forget.
Yeah. I will receive it.
I forget a lot.
We've been talking a lot. Some may argue way too much. I would argue not enough about Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is an October album.
Yeah.
October, November, and I can't explain it. Maybe I listened to it a lot. Maybe I bought the album in October. You know, we recently featured Sepultura Arise.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is a summer album.
Yes.
For some reason, again, maybe that's when I bought it. I don't know.
Maybe because they're from Brazil.
Maybe because
they don't have a winter in Brazil.
It's not as far as I know. You know, but you know, you got these little associations, and that kind of thing happens with, I would assume with music in general, but certainly.
Sure, in
no
Amorphous,
exception.
Amorphous is absolutely winter.
I mean, it just makes you feel like, especially, I mean, Tales of a Thousand Lakes.
Oh, dude.
I mean, that's Black Winter's Day. Man.
Yeah, dude.
That is like, that's the magnum opus of that album. And still, it sucks that we would be probably spending our second episode in a row talking about that show that they played in Houston, where they played Tales of a Thousand
Which
Lakes.
was canceled.
Had we seen it, if it wasn't canceled because of COVID. So, you know, here we are in our pandemic world. COVID is once again spiking.
Yeah, and let me comment on that a little bit, because don't get disillusioned, folks. Because a lot of talk, and you know, my mom will say this, and a lot of people I know will say this, is can't wait for 2020 to be over. And I thought about that, and I'm like, do you know something I don't know? Does the misfortune have an end date? Like at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, everything's going to magically be better because it's 2021?
This rainbow is going to come pummeling down and...
Do you know what I mean?
Like the Care Bears.
Rainbows and unicorn milk.
It's gonna break the dark clouds, and all of a sudden everything's gonna be.
Look, there's nothing that I've seen that's gonna magically make 21 any better than 2020. Hate to bring that on you folks, but I mean, I'm just being realistic here. You know, it's like, I can't wait for 2020 to get over with. I'm like, don't.
No, I hear you.
You're gonna be let down, because I don't think 2021 is gonna be a whole lot better.
It's so typical. I mean, that's the way people are, though. I mean, you know, we regard like things like milestones and like anniversaries as like particularly important.
Bad fortune doesn't give a fuck about your calendar year.
It's a number, man.
It doesn't care.
Does it make, you know, just because somebody else's calendar, it'll be a completely different situation.
Right.
If we were following it, you know,
doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, it's arbitrary and it's kind of meaningless, you know, and especially if you're the kind of person who's just kind of kicking back and just hoping things will change.
Lady Luck is a fickle
without doing anything. I know it's going to happen,
and she is not going to stop fucking with you just because it's 2021.
Take this to the bank. Hey, you know what? We may have like a spontaneous ice age. In which case, get used to this shit, because we're going to be recording a whole lot more shit around an open fire in my backyard.
We will be cutting down all the fucking trees.
You know, I always wonder what burning cypress smells like.
Which just kind of make me angry, though. And it always has. I might have mentioned this before, because when I was a little kid, the job I wanted to be, like when I grew up, is I wanted to be a forest ranger.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, I'm not like a fucking tree hugger or whatever, but I mean, I just always like trees. Mm-hmm. And the deforestation, like the environment thing of, you know, the Green Act and all this, climate change bullshit, whatever. I just think the Earth does what it does. But the deforestation of globally is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it makes me mad.
Yeah.
But you know, like a lot of people actually do it responsibly.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that live on homesteads, you know, they might live on 90 fucking acres or whatever.
Yeah.
And what you do is you take like 6 or 7 plots of whatever you're gonna need for that winter.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the wood, you have a wood-fired boiler or whatever. That's all your heat. That's your hot water. That's everything.
Right.
And so you figure out what you're gonna need. Okay, you're gonna need this plot of trees to cut to dry at least a year, and then use. And then so you rotate it, and how many plots is going to take to regrow it, and you replant. And then so it may take like 7 plots, however big that plot is, and then you rotate.
Yeah. You just kind of
So you're not just
wiping everything out, and then you've got a big mess.
because remember, kids, there was that person on Easter Island that cut down the last tree. Wasn't a smart thing to do, but they did. And then what did they have to do? They had to leave. Can't be here anymore. There's no more resources.
That's what happened to those aliens in Independence Day, starring Jeff Goldblum and that other guy, the president. I can't remember.
John Voight?
No.
Oh.
Lone Star from
Lone Star.
fucking Spaceballs. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know you know.
Shit.
What's your name? Barf. Your whole name. Bartholomew. That's a great movie.
We're gonna be, in 40 years, dude. We're gonna be in wheelchairs. Gonna be like, what's your name? Barf. Your full name.
Bartholomew.
It's still gonna be funny. Never outgrow your roots, children.
And 'tis the season. Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be our last one. This is going to be our last one before Christmas.
Shit, dude. 2 weeks is gonna be Christmas Day. Yeah.
So remember to watch your Christmas movies, and I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm talking about Die Hard.
Oh yes.
Hans Gruber, baby. Hans Gruber.
Yeah, you sent me. I forgot about that. You sent me the. Come out to the coast.
Come out to the coast. Let's get together. Have a few laughs. It is a Christmas movie.
Dude,
best one ever.
I mean, that movie kind of aged. Obviously, there's certain things, but I mean, it kind of captures you.
When we had there was a network that played Die Hard, back just 24-hour loop.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, they'll be playing Die Hard.
Good.
Oh yes.
Good. I'm a fan.
Because they got that whatever network it used to be, they would play A Christmas Story nonstop. Well, there's one that did. I don't know if it was like A&E or Encore or something.
Right.
But they would play Die Hard nonstop.
Well, I was about to say, like A Christmas Story kind of became like the new Christmas movie. But I mean, I'm a fan of like. Let's scoot that aside and take in because I mean I still think like Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Oh, dude, great Christmas movie.
The original
it
Gremlins
really is, dude.
was a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
As is Die Hard. Shit. I mean, I'm trying to think of I would accept gladly any alternative. To A Christmas Story and It's a Wonderful Life.
Miracle on whatever the fuck street.
Yeah, whatever street it was. As a good, as long as it's set in Christmas time, it kind of has that sort of like, there's a vibe, obviously, and in Gremlins, there's everything, it's snow, and you've got a guy dressed in Santa outfit, and kind of same with Die Hard, minus the snow, but, shit, man, I'm trying to think, what other kind of, like, other movies out there that have that kind of, that Christmas setting without necessarily being
just one of my
traditional.
favorite Christmas is National Lampoon's, but that's obviously a Christmas movie.
That's a good one, and I don't think that one's really going to go away.
No.
I think that one's just, shitter's full.
Yeah.
That's about
Honey, did you check her shitter?
Squirrel. The blessing. That dude.
The cat shit on the Jello mold.
Oh my god.
A little crunchy.
Well, that's cat food that she put in.
Yeah, cat food. That's what it was.
So, you know, it's funny. I can't remember how this come up recently. And believe me, I realize we're deviating from the whole metal
Yeah,
thing.
fuck it. It's our show.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
It's
whatever
my
the fuck you
backyard. So the whole thing about like, you know how like they had that in like the 50s and the 60s, this whole ridiculous it was like a it's like the goal was, what kind of disgusting shit can we put in a Jello mold? You know, recipe book.
Yeah. Well, there was that whole fruitcake thing. Like, fruitcakes where people would make fruitcakes and send them to each other, and they would take them and throw them in the garbage.
It was
It's like you would
traditional
send
thing.
somebody a fruitcake that you didn't like.
And then we
Merry Christmas is a fucking fruitcake.
to somebody. The old gag was you gift it the following year because it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of fruitcakes, but I think I did have it once or twice, and it wasn't terrible.
Well, it's like
It was
it's
okay.
like raisin and cinnamon and cloves
Yeah.
and that kind
It
of
was
shit.
alright. I don't know what the stigma is about fruitcake. Like, nobody likes it, I guess.
Honestly, I can't tell you the last time I even seen it.
It's
at
been a
store.
long time for me, yeah.
I got to tell you, a few years ago we went down to Nicole's brother who lives in London, and we had the traditional. We experienced a couple of traditional British
Did you cook a goose?
Christmas. No, I think we had mutton.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't even know what mutton is.
It's sheep, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's sheep.
Okay, I believe you, but we had
You know, like
that.
Princess Bride, MLT.
Oh, MLT.
Yeah,
When
when the mutton is nice and lean.
and
Yeah.
So this is the Hollywood movie episode of
Yeah, I guess so.
Metalheads. No, but we had these.
He's only mostly dead,
Tuble.
which means to bluff.
All right, we can
That
go.
was Billy Crystal.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and just recreate the movie start to finish.
Yeah,
Right now,
yeah.
line by line. No, no. The I brought it up for our point. So,
Mutton.
mutton, Christmas, British.
Yeah.
They were
London.
into mince pies.
Oh, yeah.
Mince pies. Mince meat pies, in
Mhm.
fact. You know what? So come to find out, it's not actually meat. It's kind of the same kind of stuff. It's like a grind of like raisins and dates and certain spices
I
like
could've-
cinnamon and clove and stuff like that.
I could have swore it would have been meat. I guess the name has deceived me when they call it mincemeat.
No, Nicole ate it. It's totally vegetarian. It's just called mincemeat, and it's just like these dried fruit with spices kind of thing. Kind of sort of like the kind of shit they threw in fruitcake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But in like kind of I say baked in like a little pie pastry kind of thing.
How can you
Tasty.
have your pudding if you haven't had your meat?
Tasty shit though. I mean, it's good. Little treats that you pop in the oven.
I would like to go to London. I would think that would be a blast.
London's a
Because I know it's
kick,
like,
man.
it's not like, it all depends on where you go in London, but it's an international city. It's a worldly
Absolutely.
city. There's probably more foreigners there than there is locals.
It's one of the most diverse cities
Oh, yeah.
in the
And it has been for
sure.
a very long time.
Dude, I mean, yeah, the London International Heathrow.
It's a global
Not
city.
Heathrow. Is it Heathrow? Is it Heathrow?
I don't.
Whatever. There's a fucking international airport. Yeah, for sure, dude. It's a hub, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a global.
You walk
hub.
through London, dude. You see all kinds of walks of life. All kinds
absolutely,
of like,
absolutely.
It's a lot of flavor, a lot of like kind of cool shit, man.
But I've always wanted to have a cup of tea looking at Big Ben, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude. I mean, look. I mean, when we I mean, I had tea in London, y'all.
Why wouldn't you?
That's what you do. I took a picture. Didn't I send you a picture?
You did, because I told you to do that.
Pinky's out too. I was like,
pinky out.
I had my little sweater on. I'm like,
Oh yes.
But I mean, all honestly, I mean, all that shit aside, I just people in America with British accents aggravate the fuck out of me. Like,
okay,
there's one guy in particular. He's a great guy, he really is. But it's just that British. It's just the true. What I really think it is, it's the true American deep in my soul that just can't stand a British fucking accent. It's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like this on-airs thing, and I think, like, because this person has been in America for a very long time, and he still speaks with a British accent, just because, I think he does it just because it makes him, he thinks it makes him sound smarter.
So you think it's an affectation? He's just kind of like...
Yeah. It makes him sound intelligent, more intelligent than everyone else around him. Well, to be fair, and all of this shit, it's the true American in me that just doesn't like a British accent.
Well,
it's like, fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. I'm an American. I don't like to be told what the fuck to do.
It's so funny how our biases are about shit like that. I mean, I hate to bring it back up again, but I think Hollywood has a lot to do with that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because they always had the villains were like in this British accent.
Well, I mean, I think. Well, we had a war about this. It was like the. It's a pretty big one. It's like the Revolutionary.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
I was there. But anyway, news.
News.
Do we have some news?
We do have metal news.
You have a news. You have a somber news, and I have actually a jovial one. So
okay, we'll start with the dark news. And
we'll start with the dark news.
So couple 3 months ago, we had to report that Sean Reiner, the drummer, original drummer from Cynic, had passed at age 48.
Yeah.
And just a couple days ago, we found out that the other Sean, what's his name? Sean?
I don't know. He was the bass player.
Here we go. Dickhead that I am, I'm completely blanking on his name. Sean Malone.
Yeah, he was the bass player, right?
The bass player, original bass player. Dead at age 50.
50.
Not too far behind.
I didn't go into it to see because I figured you already had the story.
There's no cause of death.
Okay.
But I mean, man, I don't know. It's kind of the same thing as like, the superstitions that we hold. Like, there's significance between going from the year 2020 to 2021. But we've got two Seans, right? Sean Reiner and Sean Malone.
Not to be confused with 2 Chainz.
Not at all.
2 Seans.
Two Seans. They both were in Cynic. They both played with Death. I believe, was it Human? Might have been Human. Might have been Leprosy. I'm not sure. Sean Reiner went on to continue. He played with Cynic until his death. Sean Malone did a number of things on bass. I think he did some solo stuff. He did some work with Gordian Knot, which is kind of like a progressive metal. They did a couple albums that I really enjoy. And
you showed me some of that, the Gordian Knot stuff.
Yeah. I mean, good quality shit. I can't remember if he particularly was the guy who played on a Chapman stick. But I know they used the Chapman stick on Gordian Knot. It could have been him. Yeah, but a great loss of personality and
and like
not that I knew him, but I mean, the dude
No, but like I said it
some
before.
seminal shit.
Yeah,
that we listen to, which will kind of
sure
harken to.
Because I wasn't a cynic guy back in the day. You were.
Yeah.
But I completely appreciate what they did because it was fucking awesome. But at that point in time, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But that was more you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dead at 50.
Yeah, Sean Malone definitely will be missed. Bassist extraordinaire, man. Just keep cranking it.
To you, you magnificent bastard.
For Sean Malone. May he play in peace. So, moving on. You've got some news as well.
I do. I have a kind of jovial little news story.
Bring it on, man. I'm going to put another log on the fire.
Okay, and I had it, and here it is.
Just knock my beer.
Okay, so we've brought these things up in the past just because I find them wildly amusing. I think we brought up Will Shatner's Christmas album before. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Just it's shit that's so bad that it's good. You know what I mean?
I know the feeling.
So So I'm just going to go ahead and read the headline. Watch David Hasselhoff make his heavy metal debut with the dramatic Through the Night is the song. That's the name of the song.
All right.
So yeah, David Hasselhoff throws his hat in the metal ring. It's
more power to him.
It's obviously not good. But you know, it's see David Hasselhoff. I met David Hasselhoff, by the way.
Did you?
And I know I think I brought that up before. I was in Harrah's Casino.
Oh yeah. I think
I was at a roulette table.
And
like I'm sitting down, and they're not like they're bar height chairs, you know.
Yeah.
And I like there's this guy in a suit that comes up like over my shoulder, and I turn over, and I'm like looking at his crotch. And I'm like I look up, and I'm like, oh fuck. This is David Hasselhoff. He goes, how you doing? I said, great, how are you? and that was about it, but he's an incredibly huge man.
All right. Yeah.
He's like 7 foot fucking tall. He's very tall.
Big David Lopan.
And back then, I mean, I think, and I don't remember how long ago this was. It had to be, fuck me, trying to put it there, 2010, maybe?
Shit, all right.
Might have been when I was fucking rolling playing a lot of roulette. That's my game at the casinos, by the way. I haven't been to a casino in years, but if I do go to the casino, there's only one thing I give a fuck about is roulette.
Get some of that.
I don't know why, but it's just my game. I don't play fucking slots. I hate fucking slots.
Yeah.
I like roulette. Incredibly thin. He was like in a suit, like a I don't know. A nice suit.
Alright.
And he was like wafer thin and like 7 foot tall. It was
wafer thin.
Yeah, dude.
Alright.
Very thin and very tall. Like Jesus Christ, I had no idea what that was. I was sitting down, but like I said,
Tall drink of water, huh?
Oh, dude, he's tall. I don't know how tall he is actually, but he's up there. He's over 6 foot for sure.
Right on.
But so he, you know, but he's that type of guy that he's similar, the same as Will Shatner, where he's a joke, and he knows it, and that's his thing. It's like, I'll be a joke, okay?
Right.
But the strange thing is, and I mean, we can't show it, but you know, there is a YouTube link of through the Night is the featured track. And I mean, it seems like it's all studio musicians that are being serious and playing new metal type of riffs, you know. You know, fucking whatever.
Right.
Some dude with dreads playing a guitar. It's like, all right, they just found him somewhere. Like,
Right. No, I hear you.
well, you know, they just put them together. You know what I mean? And there's David Hasselhoff, kind of almost talking the vocals, but trying to be serious. And he's not like trying to be a joke, but deep down, everybody knows he is a joke. But that's his thing, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just I don't pass it up because I saw it. Because actually that was on, I think it was on Metal Hammer. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, Metallica, Corey, fucking that dude from Slipknot, Metallica. David Hasselhoff, what? David Hasselhoff? Right. Fucking no way, dude, he's put out a metal album. And that's exactly why I clicked on it and brought it. Because that shit interests me, and, you know, like Will Shatner does a Christmas album, I gotta hear this.
Oh,
right?
Dude, I mean
you know?
Totally.
And so check it out, dude, it's David, I don't know if there's a name of if there's like an actual band.
The David Hasselhoff Quartet.
Well, sure. You know, it would be something like that. The Hoff, dude. The most watched man on TV. Okay.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
Showbiz legend David the Hoff Hasselhoff goes full on metal with Through the Night. I don't know if there's even an album. It might just be In the Darkest Hours. Back in October, we brought the news that actor and icon David Hasselhoff, the rugged hero of Knight Rider and Baywatch, was preparing to make a metal record. So it is a record.
Yeah. So
okay, so there's apparently a band called Q-Stack, and that's the band. I guess they're a duo, just a guitar and a drummer. Okay.
Q.
Yeah, like pool cue. Q-Stack.
Okay.
So this kind of gives you a little insight on it. So the guys from Q-Stack informed us that at the time, the ultimate goal was to create a metal project with the most watched man on TV. Showing the world his heavy side. So yeah, this was obviously a put together shtick.
Showing the world.
Which is fine. I get it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh man, this is a real like genuine thing. Of course it's not. But it's okay that it's not, and I get that it's not right off the bat. And it's okay. It's David Hasselhoff. I like David Hasselhoff because, like William Shatner, he knows he's a joke, and he doesn't try to fight it. He just, that's my shtick. Okay, I'm a fucking joke. I get it, and I'm gonna roll with it and make money, and he does, and it's completely fine with me. David Hasselhoff made a fucking metal album. Cheers to you, my very tall, thin friend.
All right, don't
that I met once at casinos. You obviously did not remember me.
Yeah, I wish I could say that I could reciprocate. You know, I envy you for it in that regard.
Well, because I met the Hoff. I basically told him hello, and he told me hello, and that was.
And you know what, Troy? That's a beautiful thing.
Well,
that's a beautiful thing. So I'm about to crack open the beer that just fell right onto some pavement. So
good thing we're outside.
We'll see what happens.
Which I wouldn't give a shit if you did in the studio. It certainly wouldn't be the first time alcohol spilled in that place.
Oh. We've got a nice pressure release. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good.
Sweet.
Yummy.
We're right on. We're right on cue with you, because I gotta crack open another one.
Crack a two or crack a bottle. So I believe we've decided on a album of the week, and let me go ahead and see where we are in terms of. Yeah, we can spend the next.
Cue the music. The album of the week. Blah blah blah.
Album of the week. Oh man, I still got to make a jingle.
Yeah, we gotta have an album of the week jingle.
Yeah, we're gonna do a metal news and an album of the week jingle. Maybe the year 2021 will signify me actually doing shit that I've been saying I would do.
Let's not get our hopes up, people.
Oh yeah, don't hold me to that. By no means is that meant to be a promise, but you know, it's just a supposition, and you know, with the supposition, anything goes.
Yeah. So
especially with me. So
we debated shortly, like about 20 seconds, on what the album of the week should be.
Yeah.
You came up with it and hit the nail dead on the head, so you announced it.
Had a suggestion. This is an album that resonates. Well, I mean, has resonated with me for a very, very long time, because I believe it came out in 1994. 1994, 3, something like that.
I want to say 4.
That makes sense. The artist is Death. The album is Individual Thought Patterns. And it is an absolutely exquisite album, start to finish.
Magnifico.
It has its critics. Okay, I'm going to start off by saying it has its critics. Notably, one of which is Yngwie Malmsteen. Who
gives a fuck?
I will point out is a critic of everything that is not
That's not his.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Right.
Nonetheless,
Who gives a fuck?
I thought,
what the fuck?
but he did do an interesting review of a number of albums. That was one of them.
Correction.
Or at least one of the tracks. And
Correction. And this is the baseball 3. 93.
93. All right. So 1993, year of our Lord, and it got me thinking. Let's go back and think of this album very seriously, as if I were Yngwie Malmsteen and I were to criticize the production, the delivery, the you know, whatever that he criticized.
The production was fantastic.
Dude, yeah. If you're a perfectionist like Yngwie, all right, you're gonna find faults in pretty much anything. Dude, the production was clean. It was beautifully clean.
It was fantastic.
It was remarkably clean. Okay, and I'm gonna throw this out there, and you can go ahead and call this a qualifier if you want. But it was clean for a fucking death metal album, dude. Because I mean, at this point, I mean, I'm used to listening to like Deceased and Incantation and Morbid Angel, and they had some dirty productions, really.
Sure.
Up to this point, and fucking Individual Thought Patterns.
I did not like, and just hold that thought, because a lot of the Slayer stuff, I did not like the production of until about Seasons of the Abyss.
But that's 1990.
Yeah, but that's when everybody. That's when they kind of started to come together.
Yeah.
But death metal before that, they didn't really know what the fuck to do with it. Like Deicide, great fucking album. Better than Legion, but I like the production of Legion way better than I like. If Deicide was produced the way Legion was, that'd have been in the top 5, I think. Because it's a great fucking album. But the production was so much better with Legion. It's just, they didn't know what to do. They were figuring it out. You know what I mean? Because I'll say this time and time again. You listen to Decade of Aggression for Slayer.
Yeah.
A lot of those live takes, I love those versions way better than the studio albums. And you can rarely say that.
Because
you can rarely say that.
they were trying to put together, man, and it kind of
More Sound Studios had a big part in that.
More Sound had a huge part in that, and they were trying to put together, like something that made sense, whereas before it just made no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was kind of like a redefinition of. It was a redefinition of music, man, and it kind of was that way, and nobody mainstream at least, was really ready to, convey that, much less communicate
and
that.
Prime
to
example
people.
is because you'll have debates, and you can debate it too.
Yeah.
Scream bloody gore.
Yeah.
Or symbolic.
Yeah.
Or human.
Yeah.
But the production was so bad on Scream Bloody Gore. It's an early album.
Yeah.
It's an early album.
Yeah.
Everything came together. Whatever it was, that magic little mojo fucking juju sauce you put on shit, it all came together for me on Individual Thought Patterns. Gene Hoglan is a fucking beast.
Dude, he's the atomic clock of...
That dude plays that shit with
Metal
ankle
Sonic.
weights on. he plays that shit with combat boots on and ankle weights. It's like, what the fuck?
I don't know. No, it's ridiculous.
Steve DiGiorgio. That is the fucking... That's,
Okay.
That's the god of fucking thunder.
So we've been talking about the production so far and the historical significance, kinda, but we haven't even talked about the personnel. All right, so individual thought patterns comes out in '93. As you corrected me, all right, and the first track that I've heard before I bought the album when I was in high school was "The Philosopher."
Oh, that's the first track everybody heard of.
It was a video. They did a video for it, right?
It might have been an MTV bus clip.
It was definitely on Headbangers Ball.
Well, yeah.
It was definitely on Headbangers Ball. And so some argue that it might be the weakest track, but to me, I think it's kind of like the most intriguing track.
I'm making
because
us a little
it's
drinky
different.
winky.
Grazie molto bene. So it's a nice introduction to the album for sure. One thing, all right. So so you've got of course, you know, rest in peace, Chuck. You got Steve DiGiorgio on bass, fretless bass. You've got Gene Hoglan on drums, and
yes.
Oh my God, what was that dude with the Italian thing? You know, that's a... I'm embarrassed to admit this. The other guitarist,
Yeah.
on a Death album, you know,
Right, other than Chuck.
it wasn't Bobby, it was
Babatelli.
Babatelli, yeah. Robertino, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he was another human being. I can't remember his name.
So, either way,
I mean, it was an excellent musicianship, obviously, start to finish, through and through, great stuff. You know?
and listen, I've heard all the, and I'll argue this point
Yeah.
till the death. But vocal performance, dude.
Oh shit.
I don't give a fuck what you say about any of the their whole discography. Chuck's vocal performance on individual thought patterns was miles above. The only thing that to me comes close, which was very different, was for Sound of Perseverance. But it was very different. But it was still, his vocal performance for that was very good.
Yeah.
But it was very different. But the best was Individual Thought Patterns, dude. His vocal performance is fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. At the time when everybody was just guttural and monotone, he was so expressive with his vocals.
Yeah.
And it set them apart. It set his vocals apart from everybody else. And, you know, when I do death metal vocals, that's who I try to emulate. I try to emulate Chuck on Individual Thought Patterns.
Wow.
That to me is just the quintessential death metal vocal. And it was so good.
Yeah.
And let alone just, you know, my living idol, Steve DiGiorgio on the bass.
Yeah.
That dude is the god of thunder.
Yeah.
That is him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. There it is. I mean, they reached a state of evolution. I would say
It was so musical.
Human was their turning point,
Yeah.
which is the album right before Individual Thought Patterns, and then Individual Thought Patterns was like where they started going in the direction. So Individual Thought Patterns, Symbolic, Sound of Perseverance.
But so that's a good point.
That's when they went in that.
And I don't understand
new
because
dimension, I would say.
because you have Symbolic right afterwards.
Yeah.
It didn't have the sauce that Individual Thought Patterns had. And we've gone over what is it What is all those elements that come all together that make that one album just fucking sing? I don't know what it is, but like Rust in Peace, you got other Megadeth albums that were pretty good, but that one fucking album just and fucking Arise and Vulgar Display of Power. But you know, and it is repeatable because I think Pantera did it again in Reinventing the Steel, which was a great name for that album because it was perfect. But what is that magic sauce? Nobody knows what it is because everybody would duplicate it, right? You would sell that shit on tap if everybody knew what it was.
Right.
To the highest bidder.
Right.
But for some reason, they had that magic mojo for that fucking album to me in its individual thought patterns. And it is just a fucking... Everything about that album was fucking perfect. And that's why it was very high on our list. Because you can listen to that. That's another one of those fucking albums. You can listen to it from beginning to fucking end. You don't cherry pick that fucking album. Oh, I just like this song. Or these 3 songs are really good. The whole fucking album is great. Every fucking track on that album is phenomenal. And his vocal performance is so fucking good. Yeah. Everything was so fucking clean. Gene Hoglan was just fucking everything was so clean and just masterful that he did on that album. It was just it was magnificent. It was incredible.
I would say that many, if not most, if not all of those songs are lessons into themselves.
Absolutely.
If you are an aspiring drummer, you know, particularly a metal drummer, bassist, guitarist, vocalist, you know, you should listen to that album and say like, what can I pull from this?
I'll stop you there because if you're an aspiring death metal bassist coming up, do not listen to Steve DiGiorgio because you will throw your bass in the fucking garbage if you listen to this guy. Don't do it. Highly, because I literally got discontented a few times listening to him. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with this? I can't just fuck this.
So
I can't. No.
I mean, that kind of raises the point because I mean that album. I mean, it was like. I'm trying to think of a reasonable comparison.
Good luck.
Like, imagine if you were, like a Stevie Ray Vaughan wannabe.
Okay.
Okay. Just fucking white boy blues band, right? And you decided to just go ahead and get, Victor Wooten on bass.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, what would Victor Wooten's playing really contribute to your album?
Honestly, and I know Victor Wooten's stuff pretty well.
Right.
I don't think he could play everything. It would be incredibly different. Because he would double thumb everything and he would slap and pop us a lot of things that Steve doesn't do.
Yeah.
You got to get, and there's no doubt in my mind that he could get it down. Because it's just a technique, and other people that are way less famous have been able to do it. But you got to get that 3-finger roll down, dude.
Yeah.
You got to do 4 beats on 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute. That is not a fucking easy task, my friend.
No, it's not. No, it's a lot of mathematics involved with it.
It hurts my fucking brain even thinking about it.
So with that in mind, okay, I would even go so far as to say, like, you know, Steve DiGiorgio would not necessarily be, you know, Steve DiGiorgio would not be the best bass player for Morbid or DSI. You know, it would change too much, man. It would change too much. It wouldn't work, man. It just doesn't make sense from a certain point of view. You know,
I kind of disagree.
I hear what you're saying.
I kind of disagree.
All right.
On the fact that dude is on such another level, he would know exactly how to do it.
DeGiorgio would?
The shit that look, so like with Deicide, I really like Legion, is because I think the production on Legion was really, really good. And I think the bass tones really shined on Legion.
Uh-huh.
And he's playing with a pick, and it's just kind of doubling the guitar.
Yeah.
He's not doing a whole lot of special things. But if Steve with DeGiorgio was to come in and to listen to us, like, we need you to do this, no problem. It wouldn't be a problem for him. This dude is at a complete, he's at nth level.
Uh-huh.
He's, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter. I mean, listen to Sadis.
Yeah.
Let's say this shit, dude. I mean,
I listen to Sadis.
He's fucking, that dude is on a complete different stage that everybody else is on when it comes to death metal bass players. He is the fucking god of death metal bass players.
So I guess I wonder if somebody who is a god would be able to stay in the pocket.
Absolutely. That dude knows exactly what he needs to do. Because you can look it up on YouTube. Just YouTube Steve DeGiorgio, and there'll be a list. There's like this kind of amorphous-y, kind of fantasy metal kind of band that he plays with. He's played with Testament. He's played with... his discography is a mile long. And all these different things that he's played
curriculum vitae.
And dude, he adapts to anything he needs to adapt to. Not a fucking problem, dude.
Yeah.
And he's not exclusive to fretless. 6 strings. He plays this one thing, it's just that fantasy thing. He plays a fucking Rickenbacker, like the one I have.
Okay.
He's not exclusive to fretless. He plays whatever he fucking needs to play, however he needs to play it. He's on a completely different level, dude.
Okay.
The dude is, and so is Gene Hoglan, by the way. That dude plays whatever he needs to play, how he needs to play it. Mm-hmm. He fits the role how he needs to fit it, and it's just he's a professional fucking musician at a high level in the metal realm. Mm-hmm. And those are those guys, Gene and fucking Steve. They at that level. They can do whatever they need to do. Doesn't matter. It's a walk in the park for them fucking guys.
And so I'm wondering, and I realize like now that we're kind of deviating from the whole individual thought patterns thing.
Well,
but I mean, these are the guys. This is the personnel. You know,
dude, the fucking lineup was fantastic.
Made up that
fucking
album.
Fantastic.
That album, which will continue to inspire me, and I'll continue to jam to.
I got 2 playlists on Apple. I got a metal playlist, which is all pretty much death metal.
Yeah.
And then I got a doom playlist. And every time I'll scroll down, because I'll change the playlist.
Yeah.
I'll just wipe it clean, and then I'll make a new playlist called metal. And I'll fucking go down by artists. I'll go by artists, and I'll just go down the list of everything that's on my phone. And whenever I hit death, I just a whole album. It's always on there. Individual Thought Patterns is always on the whole fucking album.
Yeah. So let's start with the very
Sadis. Sadis, I'll cherry pick a little bit.
Yeah.
Power One, aggression, different songs. I really like Mask, but Individual Thought Patterns, whole fucking album. It goes on it. No question.
So the first track in my to my recollection was In Human Form.
Mm-hmm.
That's the opening track. Oh, dude, time signature changes. Time has no meaning.
None.
It's all over the place, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. I wish I would have listened to it before, bringing it up. Then I would be, far more appreciative of the tracks. That's one of them though that kind of stands out to me because it starts off
Overactive imagination. That one sticks out to me.
overactive imagination.
Yeah.
Beautiful riff right there. It's overactive imagination.
And you gotta roll your R's like a over.
In the back of the throat. In the back of the throat. Actually, I think that was the opening track, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, like, if you go on YouTube for Steve DiGiorgio, he does a little thing for Dark Glass Electronics, which they're out of Finland. Mm-hmm. The dude is actually from Brazil, and he went to Finland to start this company, and he makes bass effects. And Steve DiGiorgio is showcasing the BK2, the BK7 version 2, and it's a playthrough with Steve playing Overactive Imagination. Fucking phenomenal. Mm. Look at that shit on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It'll blow your fucking brain to pieces.
Yeah.
And it shows everything. I mean, it's literally a close shot of Steve DiGiorgio playing. It's a PV. I don't know if it's a Cirrus or not, but it's a PV bass that he's playing. I think it's a 6-string. It might be a 5. I think it's a 6-string fretless PV that he plays. Incredible. Blow your mind apart.
Yeah. There was a drum tutorial.
There's one on Gene Hoglan too.
That Gene Hoglan did.
The dude's pinning that shit in combat boots, bro.
I mean, he did.
What the fuck? And look, Gene is a completely cool motherfucker, and he's straightforward, dude. He plays all that shit with ankle weights on.
Yeah.
Like when he plays loud sets, he'll play half the set with ankle weights on. Hmm. And when he starts to get tired, he'll kick off the ankle weights and then he's fine again. That's just straightforward thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no bullshit in that.
Yeah. The guy pretty much, dude, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was fucking perfect.
He played, he played the Philosopher, closing track in Individual Thought Patterns.
Yes.
And the really fun thing was, he played, because the song ends in a fade out. Mm-hmm. He played
with
everything.
Chuck and Steve trading solos, by the way.
Yeah, yes. And he played he's played all his drum lines through, even as everything was fading out.
Yes.
He just shit that you didn't even know was
possible
on the possible. It wasn't even on the album.
Right.
But he was like playing this stuff. It didn't get recorded.
I've watched that several times
because it was like here in the mix.
Yes.
It was part of the ending of the fade out. Oh God.
He does that thing where he rolls the double bass into 2 splashes, and he hits those 2 splashes in the middle. It's like, oh God, it's just fucking the ear candy. It's just fucking, it's magnificent. It's really good.
What song is it? Crystal Mountain.
Yeah.
Dude, it's now. Granted, it's a different album, but
now if you have, and that was Symbolic.
Yes, it was Symbolic.
So if you have Apple Music and you look up Symbolic, you will have several options. And I had it for a while and I listened to it and I enjoyed it very much. You can get the bass and drums version of Symbolic.
Really?
And it's a pre-mixed version. It's raw.
Yeah.
It's just the basic tracks laid down.
Uh-huh.
But it's Gene and Steve.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
Yeah, it's on there. You can get it. They offer that as just the bass and drums basically. The pre pre-mixed tracks.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Raw.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Oh God. So there's another. There's another track.
Dude, all the songs are just rolling in my head right now.
Dude, I mean, I know, it's all kind of going into- yeah. Give me a moment.
I'm just reliving the album in my head right now. Great shit. And I don't know. And honestly, it kind of confuses me about the debate on the best Death album. I just think it's Individual Thought Patterns hands down. I don't even think there's a close second. I just don't.
So many things are up for debate. So many things can come into the conversation. But I mean, when
Dude,
it comes down to
Individual Thought Patterns was so fucking good, though. Everything was perfect. The vocals, the fucking lineup, the production, everything was fucking perfect. To me, as opposed to other albums, it was just fucking perfect.
Well,
and the cherry on the top was Chuck's vocals. That is the best version of Chuck's vocals. Sorry, I'll fucking debate that to the end of the earth. That is the best production of Chuck's vocals.
No need to debate. I mean, as far as this show is concerned, I think we can go ahead and leave it at that.
Sure.
And there's a reason that I elected that to be, album of the week, because Symbolic has its.
No, when you said that, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, it's got its.
We got it.
It's got its qualities. I mean, it's almost indescribable. It's one of those things that you just pretty much have to listen to. You have to hear it to fully. I can't remember all the song titles, so I can't tell you what riff I'm thinking of right now. Start to finish, you just roll through it.
Yeah.
And you will accept it.
Yes, you will.
You will. You're
It's
just gonna
that
fucking
good.
eat that shit up.
It's that good.
And that's the fucking end of that, man. Great album. How are we doing on time? Out of curiosity.
I don't know, but I'm doing pretty good on alcohol consumption.
Hell yeah. We're at about an hour. This is beautiful. I think I might have to throw another dry log on this, dude, because this shit's producing a lot of smoke.
So we'll test this out and see how it does. And as we are in the winter months, we'll see how this works out.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't kill me to do this again.
Oh, this experimental on location shit. I don't know, dude. It's good for me, man. It spares me the whole 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
I'm coming down here. No, seriously, folks. This is the desolate wasteland. This is the end.
So we should just put like a close up on the fire. like, and just end the podcast with a close up of the fire, and have like some Bell Witch, some really low, depressing Bell Witch playing.
Ah.
Zong, zong, zong.
I know, we got some wood that doesn't seem like it's particularly interested in burning. But at
It's a
least we
little
got
damp.
some coals. Yeah, we got shit that's just too damn damp. That which is damp may never dry. You know, such is the nature of the fucking, you know,
The swamp we live in.
the swamp that we live in, man. I mean, this is Delta living, Mississippi Delta living. So goddamn damp, dude. I mean, you know what? Honestly, if I didn't have I had to I mean, I started building this as soon as I got, not even as soon as,
About 6 o'clock.
about 20 minutes after I got home.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to cheat. I had to throw a little
Little Girl Scout
little
fluid.
naphtha on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to get past the dampness. But I mean, you know, you need a little napalm to fucking get that fucking shit dry.
The key is to let it soak in there.
Yeah.
A lot of jackasses will put lighter fluid on and they'll light it right away.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to do, is you want to let it soak in there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke yourself a gooder and then go over there and light it.
Yep.
And it'll light slow. But that's alright. You got that lighter fluid in there. Soak into that. You want it to soak into that wood. And once it does that, it'll be fine.
Woo.
You do it too quick, it burns all the shit off, and then you kind of left in the same predicament.
Nah, bro. We got plenty of heat going on right now. But yeah, we're in the middle of December, and it's 64 degrees.
Yeah. What's your December like? -2, depending where you are.
I don't know. I like this.
No, this is fine.
At least you can build a fire and tolerate it.
This is good.
Gotta burn this shit one way or the other. Speaking of which, I got this junk mail.
Oh, I thought you were a subscriber to Homes and Gardens.
Oh God, you subscriber? Heavens no. No, I'll go ahead. You know what? Yeah, we're not really into like, you know, promoting certain things. But I'd be happy to go ahead and demote this. This is New Orleans Homes magazine.
Into ashes you shall return.
Yeah, dude. They apparently, according to their liner notes, they push this shit out about 4 times a year,
Yeah.
and it says New Orleans Homes,
Yeah.
and as with any magazine, about 50% of it is
Ads.
right, and the rest of it, I mean, these homes are these houses that they showcase are like all
Look like-
an Ottoman place, man.
They look like Martha Stewart threw up in it.
I mean, they look like they fucking.
My house,
Yeah, these are fantastic homes.
my living room looks like the North Pole threw up in it right now.
These are all like 5,400 square foot homes.
The wife decorated today. Well, she did a couple days.
Oh, really? Where at? The whole house or the?
Yeah. Well, the living room. Yeah. We got a little garland up and shit.
Oh, for the holidays.
Yeah. I used to do that shit when the kids were little. You know,
Yeah.
I would go put all kind of fucking lights on the fucking house because the kids liked it.
Yeah.
The kids are, you know,
A little bit,
hey, they're pretty much on their own.
Yeah.
10 and 13. Fuck them.
Yeah. Fucking decorate your own shit, you little cunts.
You get a fucking lump of coal in your stocking. Little bastard.
So, you know, that's typical in Ramon's house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we get this horse shit to make us feel, good about ourselves?
No, it makes you envious. Is what I think it's supposed to do. And make you want to buy something.
The way I see it,
And speaking of ads, I wanted to tell you because you sent me that email about the ads on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to the Frequency album that I put on there. Well, guess what?
Huh?
There's about 3 ads on there.
Get out.
Yes, absolutely.
Get out. Well,
So they put 3 ads on an album that I did with Joe, and
which of course went out on Elektra Records, right? Or
oh yeah,
Capitol
fuck
Records?
yeah. There's about I don't know 500 views.
Yeah.
4 subscribers. I don't know. So yeah, they put ads all over that shit. No one is safe from the ads of YouTube. Which I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I expect the ads when they come.
Yeah,
I don't like the double ads. The 1 of 2, it's like, oh fuck. But the ad, they're like 10 seconds, or some of them are even shorter, or whatever. It's like, I just expected whatever. And you wait, you count down, 3, 2, 1, skip.
Right.
And you get back to what you were watching.
It's kind of like a game.
Yeah. I don't, whatever. But it has nothing to do with, obviously it has nothing to do with how many, they're not paying us for this. They just have the right to put ads on whatever you post.
Well,
we're not getting any money.
Right.
Because Frequency put, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because what I'll do, because when I want to listen to it, I'll go to YouTube because I have a disc, but that wasn't the final mix. The final mix is on YouTube. So when I want to listen to it for some reason, I'll just call up YouTube and I'll play it off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that's the final mix.
Right.
And there was ads on it. I was like, what the fuck? I'm not getting a nickel. But YouTube owns the right to put whatever you post on YouTube, they can fucking ad the fuck out of it. I guess that's what that thing that you sent me, that's what it is.
Well, goddamn.
So if you listen to a few of the very, I don't know if anybody watches the Metal Lens, but if you do, and there's ads coming up, we are not getting paid. We're not making a fucking nickel.
I like where
YouTube is just putting ads on it because they can. It doesn't mean we're getting any money because 5 people in fucking Belarus fucking watches it.
Not like that's exactly our intent or expectation.
No,
anyway.
no. But don't think we're getting paid for any of this. We do this strictly out of the goodness of our heart.
Our hearts.
Yes.
Which,
the cold black void where our hearts used to be.
but still, that's our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Still our hearts. So that magazine that I just threw on seems to be not burning, for one, and 2, seems to be putting off some terribly toxic chemicals.
Toxic flames.
I'm starting to wonder.
Oh no, we can fix that.
I think the hallucination
is an added bonus.
It's an added bonus.
There you go. Burn your fucker.
Please. Quickly and
Oh, that smells
rapidly.
lovely.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Smells like bad chemicals or
Oh
some
my
sort.
God. Well, pretty much so does
Magazine paper.
all of uptown New Orleans. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sending that shit to fucking Araby.
This was lovely. I enjoyed this.
Jesus fucking Christ. So you can't see me on camera right now, but right now I'm just trying to save Troy from having to consume these terrible fumes.
That's okay.
Good fucking Lord. I'm sorry, Tony. That's my neighbor next door. Oh my God. Jesus.
That kind of gets on the palate.
Jesus.
Wow.
Dude, good thing this is after fucking dinner, man. God damn. Hey, dude, if I want to cancel that fast, I'd be
Speaking
fucking...
of eating things,
Yeah.
I had an idea.
Oh, yeah?
This was a really good one. I like this idea.
Alright, cool.
But as I was thinking about how good of an idea this was,
Yeah.
it spurred another one.
Uh-huh.
It spawned another one.
Yeah.
Why don't we do now? The logistics will be a little bit different,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think it'll be that bad. Let's do a podcast back over here again,
Uh-huh.
and let's smoke something. Like a pork belly.
Okay. Now you're speaking my language.
And like initially, I mean, obviously we're not gonna. I mean, I don't know how many hours it takes us to, but because I've had your smoked pork belly before and it was delicious.
Sure.
But-
Let it be known that Troy has tasted my smoked pork belly.
So, all right, we can just like kind of do like it in like segments, like here's the raw pork belly, and just kind of this is what we're gonna do. And then we'll just have like one or two little snippets of like, I don't know, 5 seconds each of it on the smoker.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it will just be cut to us eating it and doing the episode. And drinking, of course.
Of course. Yeah, I do believe we can do that.
And that we can do there. And just
Under the, yeah, for sure.
after we smoke it, we'll put it out there and we'll act, and that'll kind of be the actual start of the episode, of when it's done, and you know what I mean. And we'll start the episode. We'll start drinking, and then we'll eat the fucking. Come on, dude.
For sure.
That's not a horrible idea.
No, it's not a horrible idea at all.
I've had worse.
Oh my God. Dude, I am down.
I just want that
Just-
soft, watery pork fat
Just gotta
to coat the inside of my mouth again. Just
Just
truly finished.
no, for real. Just gotta get my hands on the decent, skinless pork belly. Put that on that smoker up there, and
I mean, it doesn't have to be a pork belly. It could be whatever. You know what I mean? But let's do that. Let's do another one, and we'll put something on the grill. It doesn't have to be smoke. We could grill some steaks or whatever. You know what I mean? And just do whatever.
right.
But I would like some pork belly though. I guess that's where I was going with it.
No, that sounds good. That
I
sounds
would
good.
like
That
I would
sounds
like
good.
some smoked pork belly in my gullet.
I'm into it. I'm into it, dude. I'm totally into it. All right. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and kill it for tonight.
Well, let's go. We've done going way past what we
But with
should
that
have.
said, we should go ahead and
We're just sitting here having a good old time by a fire drinking.
Yeah,
Which is kind of what we wanted to do anyway. So
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Goodbye. We'll
I don't give a shit about your kids.
I think I'm trying to think of the timing. I think it'll be past Christmas, past New Year's. So next episode will be a Christmas past, and it will be a New Year's past. So
well, it will be on Christmas, which we obviously won't do.
Right. So fuck it. Happy.
It'll actually, and the one after that will actually be New Year's Day.
It should be after that.
Which we won't do that one either, because we'll be in my driveway. I mean, dude, and honestly, I really don't give a shit if you want to just grab the camera and video what we do on fucking New Year's, which is completely fine with me, because it's a bunch of fucking alcohol and fireworks, and food is what it is. And then after that will be the 8th.
We'll throw in some.
We can just do a collage.
Some special footage.
We can do we can do like Christmas. Well, I'm kind of spread thin on, but maybe not on Christmas. We'll play that by ear. Let's talk about that, because I mean, typically we have a big Christmas party at the in-laws, which is an awesome party. I like my in-laws, which is, I know is kind of weird. Everybody talks about the in-laws. My in-laws are really actually pretty cool people, and I do like them. And we have they typically throw a Christmas party, which is really quite enjoyable. But I don't know with the COVID thing if they're even going to do it or whatever. We are going to do New Year's, which is really small anyway, but we're fucking doing it anyway. And we're going to blow shit up, and the kids will be out there and whatever.
Yeah.
The parents will be out there, which is not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people don't like their parents or their in-laws. I happen to like my parents and my in-laws. I guess I'm lucky like that. I don't know.
There we go.
It's too compressed. It needs oxygen. It needs to complete the
Yeah.
fire
There we go.
the fire triangle.
Now we've got ash.
That was not pleasant.
Woo. But yeah, I hear you.
So I mean, the next one might be like a little collage, like record a little bit what y'all do for Christmas, and I can record a little bit what I do, and then we can put it together. And if you run around a little bit New Year's Eve with the GoPro, we can throw that all together as a little collagey thing.
It could be a best of.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah, and close out to 2020, which 2021 is going to be way better. But another thing, and I want to mention this real quick because we're still rolling. Even if we're going to use this or not. But I got Poison Was the Cure. Is recorded. I'm very happy with it. So what I was planning on doing, and I guess this is going to be sometime in January, maybe the end of January. I guess we'll take a little break from podcasting, and we'll do the videos for Poison Was the Cure and 5 Magics.
All right.
And I'm gonna put those out, the base covers that I'm gonna do for those. And Hangar 18 should be shortly behind it, because that one's fairly easy. And then I'm gonna attempt to go from the top and go to take the Holy Wars, and then take no prisoners, and then jump through the ones I already did, and then end up on Lucretia, which is a motherfucker, but very fun. Very fun. It's got its challenges, because there was a lot of fucking notes in Lucretia, but it's a very fun song to play, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And so we'll do that. We'll do both of them. By that time, I'll have them both. I'll have Poison Was the Cure and 5 Magics, and we can do that all at one time. and
Whew.
and put those out.
A lot of smoke coming up here.
And hopefully, and the main reason I'm doing it, I mean, it's been fun as hell, but the main reason I want to do those and get them out is because those will come up. Like if anybody's looking for bass covers, they'll look at that, and then the links to the podcast and the frequency stuff and everything that Metal Lens Production does will be linked to that, and you know, may broaden the viewership, which is I think 2. It's just like me and you.
Which is a start.
Yeah. It's got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly. Well, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll be checking in soon.
Merry
fire.
Hanukkah. I'll have it.
Yeah. Peace out.
Kiwanis.